This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel up here in Brooklyn, New York at Brooklyn Campervans. Today I met up with Arthur and he's going to give us a tour of this new Sprinter campervan conversion, so join us.
Hey Patrick, thanks for having me on. My name is Arthur. You probably see me in a few videos here. I'm the co-founder at Brooklyn Campervans. We're here at the Van Life block party. Thanks for swinging by. You probably will see a lot of videos of different rigs out here. But what I'm gonna show you today is one of our own builds. And this is for a client and it's built on a 170 wheelbase all-wheel drive Sprinter. Right off the bat, you can see this beautiful color that we have here. This is a dark gray wrap, and on the outside, there's a lot of amenities, just like the inside. So starting off, we have Agile Off-Road RIP kit. This is a 2-inch lift paired with BF Goodrich KO2 tires on Black Rhino wheels. Up front, we got a bunch of light assortments. This is the Alpha Rex headlights, and we got floodlights up top, rally lights in the bottom. You really, could see complete coverage when you're driving, whether in fog or out in the wild, you got yourself complete covered. Also for security, you have this beautiful bumper from Owl. This bumper is paired with a 12,000-pound winch. So you're fully secure, protecting your front grille and also for getting out of sticky situations. Along the back over here, you'll see that first things first, we have our security camera up there. That's 360 degrees. We got 4 cameras all around the van. It's got infrared, night vision. You're fully covered. On the bottom here, we have Flatline Van Co rocker lockers, perfect for storing some wet gear, shoes and whatnot. And then up top, we have the color-matched bed bump outs made from Van Speed. Adds about 11 inches to the van, so you could sleep someone who is 6'6". Finally, up top, we have the MaxTrax on a magnetic mount and quick connect, so you can easily access that when you need to get out of a pickle, especially when you're off on the beach. This is a spare tire carrier. It also doubles as a ladder, so you can get up to the roof deck, which I'll show you in a little bit. This is also made from Owl, so we're pretty much a huge Owl shop up here. Same thing with the Sherpa cargo carriers. Think of this as like a metal pegboard. You could attach different attachments to it, such as the bike rack, snowboard rack, or also exterior storage. In the back, we have a ton of storage, as well as a ton of battery. So on the right side, we use EcoFlow. You'll see 3 5 kilowatt hours of batteries. So 3 times 5, that's 15 kilowatt hours of battery, 1,300 amps, basically enough battery to run that AC for however long you like. Run power tools, Vitamix, use all the outlets, run the AC. You really don't have to worry about anything. Because we have such a big battery system, we also pair that up with a 40-gallon water tank. This should last about a week, especially with the water-saving shower head. Up top is our water fill. So fill it up, any gas station, campground, park, RV park, anywhere there's a spigot. One thing I would also like to mention is that the owner has 2 cats. He's a huge cat lover. So he wanted something that could slide right out. So let's say the cats have done their duty on the litter box. He could just empty it out right away. This van is about 2 days away from completion. We're gonna add a lot more cat fixtures. So like along the walls, you'll see like scratching posts, as well as places for the cat to sleep. One thing I wanna mention before we move inside is that this bed also doubles as a couch. So it sets up right like this. And then, if you want to convert it back into a bed, you could also pull in from the inside and basically just works like a futon. If you look around on this side, we have the Fiamma awning, perfect for a nice sunny day to get some shade. Down on the bottom, we have the AMP step-up board. This thing actually completely folds in when the door is closed, which is really nice because it preserves the clearance of the van. This van is made to go off-roading, as you see with the wheels and tires and such, and the suspension upgrade. So it's really nice to have that clearance. But let's step inside and I'll show you, start off with some unique features from the client. First thing you'll notice is this Samsung frame over here. It's got a nice matte finish. The client is a huge art lover, so he really likes displaying his favorite artworks here. With this matte finish, it looks like an actual print, but when you want to watch TV, this thing can light right up and you have a full movie experience. The client sometimes does have his own personal driver, so we have a full-on cab partition with no pass-through. However, for the cats, there is a little pass-through underneath. So underneath this cushion, there's some storage, but when I close it, you'll see the cat pass-through for his 2 cats. And then over here, we have the vent for the Webasto heater. It is a diesel heater that taps into the vehicle's diesel. Nice thing about that is that all the combustion happens outside, so you don't have to worry about carbon monoxide poisoning or condensation and therefore mold. All right, with that ottoman pulled in, you have this nice lounge area with a lagoon table. This is complete maneuverable, and then you also have a nice view of the outside when you open the passenger sliding door. Above me, we have upper cabinet storage. So basically just empty upper cabinets, you can store whatever you want, as well as this headliner shelf here that I like to store window coverings and window blinds. Now let's move along back. Over here we have a shower with real tiles, and the tiles are always a nice place for customers to really put a statement piece. You know, with all these vans, they're complete custom, and showers are one place that clients really get to shine and get their own personalities in. We also have a shower head. This is made from Brondell. This is one of their newer models, and it saves 50% water, which basically means it takes about a gallon a minute. So with a 40-gallon water tank, you're really good for quite a few showers. And underneath here, we have the Laveo dry flush toilet. Basically, it vacuum seals everything like a diaper genie, and then after about 15 to 20 uses, you just throw out the cartridge, put in a new one, and you're good to go. So you don't see anything, and you don't smell anything. And also, it's completely self-contained, which means you could take it out, and I could hop in the shower, and I have a lot more room. You could also slide this door. This is a Nautilus shower door. And when I pull it back like this, it uncoils. It also squeegees all the water out. So again, you want to get rid of mold. All right, moving along back, we have the induction stove. This is a 2-burner induction stove. Basically, want to shy away from propane. We have so much battery here that we really don't have to worry about running electricity. And then we also have an 80-liter Dometic fridge with a freezer up top. One thing I do want to mention is that we use Avanite countertops. This is basically a material similar to Corian, and we also flush mounted the stove to create this nice even finish. We also have additional storage, so pull this right out. You have a bottom compartment and a top compartment. The bottom one, generally people use for, you know, garbage cans or something like that. And then we also have plenty of storage over here. Excuse the mess, we just took it for a nice photo shoot on the beach a few days ago. On this side, we have the sink and the faucet. This is an undermount sink, so we're able to extend the countertop with this piece over here. And right above the sink, we have our fresh and gray water monitor. So this monitors a few things, including the fresh and gray water level. So right now you can see we're at 40% for the gray water tank. And let's just say we want to empty that out. All we gotta do is open up the upper cabinet and hit the gray release button, and that empties out underneath the van. The gray tank is out. The gray tank is on the outside, so in case of freezing cold temperatures, just hit that gray heat button right there, and that thaws out the gray water tank so things could drain properly. Underneath that, you also have the USB and USB-C outlet. Speaking of outlets, we have these GFC outlets over here, and also GFCI outlets on the other side, as well as the garage. So you're pretty much covered in terms of being plugged in. This is the Webasto Smart Temp controller. Set it to whatever temperature you want, and you're good to go. Up top is the EcoFlow monitor and controller. So as you can see now, with the lights in the fridge, we're outputting 160 watts. We're not inputting anything because there's no solar. We're also not driving, and also we're not plugged in. So we're at 0 watts for input, but at this rate, at 64% battery, we have a day and 21 hours left. Now, next to this, you'll see this beautiful lime wash paint that we did that covers both the ceiling and the walls. This is a nice textured paint that provides this kind of organic feel that I really like. It makes it feel a little bit less sterile, and also just makes the van feel a little bit more in tune with nature. Above here we have the Dometic 12-volt AC. It's an RTX 2000, and basically with 15 kilowatt hours of battery, you can run that for 38 plus hours, and you really don't have to be plugged into an RV park or a campground. More storage over here, and again, you know, all these builds are built on client specifications. He wants a lot of storage, so we decided to do this, but typically we like to leave this side a little bit more open, just to make the van feel a little bit more airy. On this side you have deeper upper cabinets, but you also have the monitor for the 360-degree security camera. That monitor could be removed and put anywhere, so if you want it somewhere more accessible, we could totally do that as well. Underneath the sink, just a little bit more storage, but you also have the electric hot water heater. So let's say you want to take a shower, or it's a cold day and you want to wash the dishes, just turn that on a few minutes beforehand, and then you got hot water. And finally, we have a full-size bed here. This got the bed capsule, so it could sleep somebody who's 6'6", and like I mentioned earlier, it could also flip up and turn into couch. Underneath here, that's our cat door. You'll see in a few videos, it's also called our doggy door, but it's basically like if the cats wanted to use a litter box, then this is the perfect access for them. The great thing about the cat door is if you have long items like skis, fishing rods, and snowboards, you have extended space. And then along the floor, we have these vinyl planks that we put in a herringbone pattern. This is pet resistant, so the cats are good to go, and then it's also very easy to clean. That pretty much sums up all the interior amenities so far. We're also gonna put a microwave in here. Let's go up top and let's see what's good up there. Up on the roof, we got quite a few cool things. The first thing I want to mention is this Gen 3 standard Starlink that we have. We did a 12-volt modification to it, so this actually takes only about 65 watts versus the Starlink Roam, which takes about 170 watts. So that's less than half of the energy consumption. So if you're someone who is a remote worker or has pets and want to monitor the temperature remotely, this is an absolute game changer, because for a lot of people, Starlink Roam is their biggest use of energy, and to have the Gen 3 12-volt Starlink means that you could have extended internet time. Along here, we have these walkable solar panels. These are marine grade solar panels, which means you could jump on them, but you could also have dinner up here, do yoga. You could put chairs on it, tables on it, and you're completely good to go. And then we also have two 100-watt solar panels. So math adds up to 695 watts total. That's plenty of solar paired with that extra battery. You know, you really could venture off grid and be completely self-sustainable. And then we also have the AC over there, and then the MaxAir fan, creating a nice circulation around the van.
Arthur, thank you very much for taking the time today to give us a tour of your awesome van creation. Now, you guys are Sprinter exclusive here, and boy, you guys built nice vans. They're fully decked out with the most amount of solar, inverter, and battery system, and the interiors are absolutely beautiful. I'll make sure I put links in the description so our viewers can click over to your website to check out pricing and build options. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Patrick. Appreciate it.